All right, so we've already seen you. You were spraying PBA on the one part of the engine cover. What are you doing now currently?
So there was a small dent on top of the roof scoop right here.
I knocked the coffee cup over.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I knocked the coffee cup over and it fell on it.
Oh.
So there was a little bit of an incident here where it caused a dent in the top of the foam for here, for the roof scoop. So there's this stuff here. Let me show you. There's this Easy Flow 60 liquid plastic.
Okay.
And there's a part A, part B, mix them 50-50, and you can spread it, do whatever, and it just hardens up into this plastic that kind of protects the foam, because when we use the resin that we do to actually make the molds.
It's a little dark. There it is, so that white spot.
Yeah, so when the resin, the hardener for the resin that we use to make the molds, it'll actually burn a hole right through this foam.
Gotcha.
So we have to have this plastic to protect it, and it also helps make it really shiny and smooth. So using that stuff to fix this, and then after that, gonna be prepping both of these to get molded here in the next couple of days. So it's super fun.
Those are big parts, dude.
Yeah, very big parts. It's gonna be a long week.
Yeah. Oh, is this the stuff that you said is the secret sauce that you got to put on here?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I know we've heard that term quite a bit. Cool. All right, well, I'll let you get back to it. I know he's working on some toe link stuff over there, so we'll check in with him in a little bit.
So if I had my Motons, they would totally be on its rear wheels. Actually, I could put it on its rear wheels right now. I gotta weld up a couple more things, and then I will actually do that by the end of the night. So I gotta add some bracing, weld up some more things, and then yeah, I wanna get this on the ground, or not on the ground, but on the cart. Oh, I have to add a floor over there because there's no floor yet. It's sitting on the edge. But once that's done, I can then go get the floor out of storage, roll the floor underneath the car, the diffuser, and also get side pods and really start placing stuff.
Yeah.
So that's my goal this week, is to have the floors infused, and I think we have enough core. I want to do the thicker 1/2-inch core, so it's super rigid. You get to drill some holes. Yay!
He's excited. But yeah, toe links.
Yeah, so toe links are in. I mean, I gotta finish welding, but.
I know I was about to say, well, besides Moton, obviously you're still like what, 3 weeks out now for axles?
Axle 3 weeks out, fuel cells 3 weeks out, and then we got to build a car besides that, but should have it mostly done by then. Supposed to hear today on the engine. We did find out the new engine is a little bit bigger, so we'll have to probably do a little C-notch in the chassis points, so that we can see it's 1/4 inch.
Yeah, from what you guys can see
New
there.
engine's supposed to be a 1/2 inch taller, 1/2 inch wider, so we'll be into the tubing by about a 1/2 inch. So quick little grind and C-notch, it won't be a big deal. So I'm waiting on measurements from them because we may not want to even start the turbo system until that gets here, because I do not want to build a turbo system to this engine to find out it won't fit the other engine.
Yeah.
So that would set me back a week on top of losing a week building the first system. I'm not doing that. So
Yeah.
waiting to hear back from measurements. If they confirm it's the same as this, then I'll build the turbo system. But otherwise, we'll be waiting. So, but all I would do is place the turbo, that's the turbo's just relying on this. So I'd place the turbo and probably work on the rear half of the turbo system, so that way I know where I would place the collectors. But I wouldn't do anything forward to the collectors until the other engine's in. So
Yeah.
which all that's probably 2 days to build all that anyway. And then each header's almost a full day. But if I had Brian sitting down and jamming out, we could probably bang it out in a day. So that's the easy part. Turbo system's easy. That's what I've been doing for 20 years. But the wiring, that's next. Pretty next on the list, besides this. So
I was about to say, you guys are going to be laying that up tomorrow. Okay.
not we guys, those guys. I'm going to be on this. So
Yeah.
I'm going to finish welding, do all that. There's some welding on the front of the car I have to finish. So I might buckle down tomorrow and get all the welding done. Then I don't forget it, and during testing, forget and break a car in half. So
Yeah.
get all that done, and then, yeah, just move on to the next task. We got to get going on the wiring, because that's going to be a daunting I'm dreading it. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm hoping like once we get into it, it's like, oh, that wasn't bad. But I don't have that feeling. So.
Yeah. Did you already mention on camera yet, Garrett sending you a different turbo?
I probably did in the GoPros. You'll have to poke. But so with the whole turbo debacle, the engine makes 750 foot-pounds NA at sea level. Basically, it's already a huge engine, and we're trying to stuff it through that little G42. The problem is the exhaust side's too small, so drive pressures go up, it just blows the gate open. You want your drive pressure is your exhaust pressure, the pressure before the turbo in the exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
You want that and the intake manifold pressure, which is your boost. You want those to be roughly equal.
Gotcha.
If your turbo's too small in the exhaust housing, it'll start to go 2 to 1. So it'll take 40 psi in the exhaust manifold to only make 20 pounds of boost. When that happens, that's when your power starts nosing over really hard. So usually when that happens, it blows the gate open. Just can't keep it shut. You can get into the tricky stuff by putting CO2 pressure to the top of the gate, and that's we don't need to get into any of that. So Garrett is going to send a GTX 5533, which is an 88 millimeter turbo, and that one's either a 74 or 76. Quite a bit bigger. So we're going to test that. I have a feeling that's going to end up being our sea level turbo, and then the G42 I think is going to do well at altitude. I have a feeling because the 427 is going to become basically a 300 square inch. So it's going to be a smaller engine, which means that side's turbo will all of a sudden kind of be in its window.
Mm-hmm.
So, and spool will still be pretty good. So I worry about the spool at the 55, but we'll kind of got to see the graph. So they're going to send us 2 turbos. Well, we already have these. They're going to send the bigger ones. It's not that much work to incorporate it. So
I was curious, like how much difference that would be, obviously, with the kit.
Turbos, like time and stuff?
Well, like, if you're going to run the 42 for like Pikes Peak and then doing like the 55.
It would be, the throttle body pipe's easy. It's right there to there. We're gonna run one throttle body.
Okay.
So throttle body's easy. We might go whatever. We'll use one of them. I don't know which side yet. And then intake should be the same for both. I think actually, it will be the same. Even if I think the 55 is a 6-inch inlet. That's a 5-inch inlet, so I'll just reduce it. I don't need to build 2 different pipes. The hot side, the flanges are different. The GT55 is a bigger hot side flange, so it's going to be a new Y pipe, if you will, to connect the headers to the turbo.
Yep.
Be the same wastegate, probably same wastegate dump tube, actually. So, and I think it might be a new exhaust. This is a 3-inch.
Oh, palming it with one hand, eh?
Sausage fingers. That's a 4-inch. So it's a 4-inch outlet. I think the 55 is a 5-inch outlet. So it'll be a new exhaust too. I don't want to knock that down because that could cause power issues. So big old bazooka tube, 5-inch exhaust out the back, probably a 2.5-inch wastegate. It's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah.
Same intercooler. That's the intercooler right there. Super easy. So that should be good for way more than the gearbox will hold. So I'm excited about that. But
Sweet.
I'm gonna dig in and finish this rear suspension and get on wiring. I'll probably be wiring while these guys are jamming out on the molds this week. Hopefully next week we can get the engine cover done. I was gonna do the engine cover out pre-preg, but I don't think I want to. I'm nervous about it. And it's gonna be really expensive, and I have a whole butt ton of infusion epoxy on the way. So we got plenty of carbon. So
Yeah.
we'll be infusing the engine cover, even though it's 2-piece. It'll be all right. So it'll bolt together as 1 piece. So.
Yeah.
Whereas the fenders we need to do at a pre-preg, because the fenders you can't get in there to lay up when they're bolted together. So we got to lay up one half, the other half, feather. We'll do a feather edge, and then you bag it and infuse it. Sorry, not infuse it. You bag it and then you cook it. Next week you get to do the fenders. Cool. One of them we have to do a bunch of mold work to, but not a bunch. Benoit and I did it last fall, and we had an episode on that, didn't we? I think we did.
Something like that.
And it was only a couple hours of work, but basically got to modify one of the halves that bolts to the other fender and then jam it in. Between that,
I was just about to say, tap it in.
be the ball.
Tap a
Jesus. So yeah, we'll get that done. One of these, I need more of me. I need to finish wiring the autoclave. No, start wiring the autoclave. And then once that's done, we'll have an autoclave. Just like, I got to get everything else done. Yeah. All right, back to work.
All right, back to work.
So don't try this at home.
Excellent.
We got too much stuff going on. I didn't want to take it all apart and move all this stuff. So we're gonna set the rear of the car on its actual wheels for the first time. So you're gonna want to film the shocks, Mitch, probably from up high. And you can zoom back, get back so you can see them move. Ready?
Ta-da!
Hold on. Oh, good, it's actually working. Ready? Oh.
Da, 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 da.
Oops.
Plus or minus some things. That's wild.
So it's officially on its suspension.
That's crazy.
Granted, just the rear, because the front's obviously, there's no shocks up there, so.
I know that you guys keep hearing this stuff move, so it's nothing loose on the chassis.
Yeah, that's off.
That's super sick to see.
So now I get to go get the floor and slide the floor under. And that's that.
So it's funny, I tried to tell Cody, I was like, hey man, light at the end of the tunnel, it's coming. And he just laughed at me. He was like, it's really far away. But I mean, still, progress is progress. I mean, look at that. Technically on its own wheels. It's super cool to see. So again, I know guys, the videos have kind of been all over the place just because there's so much that they're all technically working on. I mean, they probably have 3 different things, 3 different projects probably going on at once right now at least. So I know the videos are a little bit kind of all over the place, but bear with us here. But again, guys, about 3.5 weeks? You gotta technically have kind of most of this together, 3.5 weeks?
3.5 weeks, supposed to have a completed running driving car minus axles and fuel cell. So I'm gonna try to get everything done except for hooking those 2 things up. So axles is about a 10-minute job per side, maybe. And then the fuel cell, give that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuel cell's 20 minutes because we gotta take chassis tubing off. So, but we gotta get the wiring, the body, all the plumbing ran. I don't even have radiators yet. I've got some in the basement if I absolutely have to, but I want to try to order what we want. I gotta make that call tomorrow, and then assemble the whole car, build the whole car. So and a whole bunch of carbon that's not done yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, thank you guys for your patience because, again, I know he's just all over the place because he's got a lot to do. I know the guys are really working hard on everything that they have to do. Hopefully, we're going to have a little bit more of a structure and system with the videos. So, thank you guys for always watching, subscribing, sharing. It really means a lot to us, and we love seeing what you guys think of the entire process, everything that's going on here. So, yeah, we will see you in the next one.